A while ago, I made a video where I was comparing Asakaa and Lamem, but not in the way you think. You see, when Asakaa first burst into the scene, they were being tagged as arrogant, simply because they made the decision not to grant features to anyone outside of the group. Yes, I know they are not a group, they are a collective. I use the words here interchangeably, bear with me. So in that video I made, I was saying how I felt like one of the main reasons why Lamem Gang could not sustain their individual and collective hype was because their members were being featured a lot of times, which is something that is actually quite common whenever there is a new hot artist. It's like everyone wants a piece of them. And what happens when they get tossed around a lot is that they end up getting every single bit of sauce squeezed out of them, even before they get to put it in their own projects. And when they finally do drop, it's like people have already heard enough of them. Either that or there's just not as much sauce in their own projects. Cause I'm quieting now, there are other artists in the form of features. I'm sure as I mentioned this, you have already thought of some 2 or 3 artists who were affected by this. So I felt like that was kind of what affected Lamem Gang and also caused Darko Vibes to become somewhat of a favorite, which negatively affected the shine of the other members. So I was saying in the video how I felt like the whole reason why Asakaa is avoiding all these external features was to prevent such a thing from happening to them. And I feel like that kind of worked because just a year or 2 down the line, there were already at least 5, 6, 7 visible and established members of the group, all who were doing their own thing and have kept the spirit of rap and hip-hop alive for all these years. Now, everyone who knows me knows I'm such a huge fan of Asakaa. When you check my profile on X, I call myself the Dean of Asakaa Studies. And as the Dean of Asakaa Studies, I'm not happy at all that the last time we had a major street anthem was in January of 2024. And that same anthem had to come back later in the year to save us because we couldn't top it. So this got me thinking, and as I thought, I realized the problem. A problem that faces Ghanaian musical groups. And by groups, I don't mean your usual 2-3 member groups. I'm referring to ensembles like Lamem Gang or Asakaa. And in this short video that follows, we throw more light on this specific challenge powered by Compound House.
When Ghana's Asakaa boys burst onto the scene, it felt electric. A movement, a revolution. They brought the entire Ghanaian music scene to a standstill. They weren't just rappers, they were cultural architects, telling it as it is, the raw and truthful reflection of how life is for them as youths coming from Kumasi and its environs. But fast forward a few years, and the spotlight feels a little dimmer. The music is still alive, the heartbeat is still there, but the frenzy that once shook the air has quieted. So what happened? You see, when group members have similar personalities and brands, it can lead to a homogenization of their image and style, potentially causing the public to subconsciously focus on just 1 or 2 standout individuals. We've seen this before. Lamem Gang, once hailed as the future of Ghanaian music, faced a similar challenge. They were innovative, stylish, culture-defining. They defined an era. But in time, attention narrowed to standout figures like Darko Vibes, while others, despite immense talent, faded gently into the background. With Asakaa, it looks like J. Bad and O. Kenneth are the ones with significant attention. While group dynamics can be powerful in music, they can also lead to a loss of individual spotlight. This phenomenon highlights the challenges of maintaining group momentum and individual recognition in the music industry.